Hey guys, how's it going? Post another video on something that I just came up with here. I don't know if you recognize this plane, but it used to be my son's Skysurfer. I crashed the shit out of it the other day. I had a linkage come loose and I just demolished it, went nose in, and it destroyed the whole front end and broke the wing spar and everything. So I got to looking at it, and the only thing that was busted up was just the front of the fuselage. So what I did is took it and cut it off and shaped it and came up with this here. This is made out of everything from the Skysurfer. It's still using the same motor, that Grayson Hobby V2, Microjet V2. The speed control I did change. I put a 20 amp in it. I changed it, and the reason I did this is I wanted to see if I can make a speed plane out of the Skysurfer. So this is what I came up with. I made a few big changes. For one, I cut the wings a lot shorter, and put them together with using the same spar. I was able to cut the spar, even though it was broke. I was able to cut it and use the same spar. Next, I took the dihedral out of the wings, and that was pretty easy. This stuff's really flexible, so I was able to flatten it out and then use double stick tape. Double stick stripe tape. I don't know if you could tell. You can see that's all I did. So that's what is actually holding the wing down flat, and it's really stiff. So if you see, I'm using the same servos, everything. The speed control, I mounted it so it's exposed to get some airflow over it. And here's the inside of it. This is actually the same hatch, except that I've cut it down a lot, because you remember the original one's pretty bubbly, pretty round. So I shaved it down a lot and sanded it. This foam doesn't sand too well, but it does sand. But this is what I came up with here. And then I went over with electrical tape to kind of give it like a windshield look, since the black came off. Here it is. I'm still using the same magnets. I just placed them back on here. And here's the fuselage. If you look at it, when I first cut it, it came out and it was real wide. So all I did is pinch it together, put tape around it to hold it, and then I glued the motor to it. Then once the glue is dry, I took the tape off and I held it, so that's how I got it to come down to a point. And then the rest of it is just a matter of just shaving it down, and there's really no right or wrong way to do this. I just kept on cutting it and angling it until I got the shape that I wanted. So I was just kind of winging it, doing it as I went along. Here's the cockpit now. I cut the bottom off and the top, so that's how I got it to sit in this angle. I think normally it's set like this. The tab went in the front like that. So anyway, I made use of the same parts. So everything is the original Skysurfer. So if you have one, you can do the same thing and come out with the same plane. Now, as far as it flies, it's a lot faster. When I did fly it originally, I had the dihedral on the wings, and that kind of affected the way it flew. I was getting a lot of it's hard to explain. You have to see it. It was getting a lot of yaw and kind of blowing around with the wind, a little bit of wind, and the dihedral was doing nothing for it. But so I took that out, and I'm kind of anxious to try it out. So I'm about to fly it here in a minute and see how it does without the dihedral. But as far as flying, it flies great. I mean, it turns easy, carves. Coming into land, it still glides. It still comes in. It doesn't glide as well, but it does glide pretty good. And this flies with aileron and elevator only. I disconnected the rudder. That's no longer there, and I taped it solid because I don't need that. And so the main changes I did was, of course, cut the front, took the dihedral out and cut the wings short. And the tail, if you notice, is normally taller. Well, I cut it off and then shaved it down. I think it normally went up here and then across. Well, I cut it all off and then shaved it down, beveled it with a razor blade and sanded it. Same thing with the elevator. It normally came out pretty far like this. I had a piece right here. Well, I just took it and cut it straight off, and then cut my angle to get that part. Here's the servo for the elevator, and my receiver is back here also. There's a hole there, and I'm covering it up with this white electrical tape. This is the weight I added in the back. This is one of the big washers that came with the plane. They had it all glued together in the nose to balance it out. I try to avoid adding weight if possible, but I couldn't get no more weight back here, so I had to add the weight. since all my electrical is as far back as we go. So that's it. That's what I got. Hope you guys like it. Tell me what you think. It's real easy to do. It's made out of everything from the original Skysurfer, or if you have that other one, Hobby King has the Bixler, I think it's called, something. It's they're the same plane, pretty much. So I think the same thing would apply to it also. You could do the same thing. If you guys have any questions or whatever, let me know. I can measure this one out and whatever, so leave it in the comments. Actually, if you look here to the notch, this is where the propeller went down and hit it. So that kind of gives you an idea of where the motor was. It was right about here. I think the back of the wings ended here. You can still see a little bit of a flat spot there. Anyway, any questions, leave it in the comments. I'll help you all out, or make another video responding to all the comments. So it looks from the front. And I'm going to fly it with the wings without dihedral. See how it goes. A little gusty, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. Oh yeah, one more thing. I had, when I first flew it, I ran it with a 5x5 prop. I was trying to get some more speed out of it, which it did fly pretty fast with it, but when I landed, the prop was like this and it broke the blade. So now I have a 6.4 on it. I flew it with a 6.4, and it pulls, it's got more pitch. I mean, it's a larger diameter, less pitch, it has a lot of thrust. And the only thing is you got to be careful, since the wings are smaller, this is a smaller plane, and wants to torque over pretty hard. So I had full right aileron when I was trying to take off, and it didn't respond until I got the airspeed up, which is kind of scary. So I think I'm going to take off a little bit less throttle and build up some speed. That, or I'm going to try to toss it from the wing. I don't know. So that's something to keep in mind if you're using a 6.4 prop. Watch out for the torque of the motor trying to turn the plane over. Okay, about to go. I'm going to fly it over in the other direction there so the sun won't be in our eyes. I got to take off this way because of the wind. So here it goes. Barely. Can you get closer to me? Okay, now I'm just getting it trimmed. It flies a little bit different with no dihedral. Better though. And I'm just below half. The thing about this plane here with this type of wing with a flat bottom is the faster you go, the more it starts to climb because of the lift of the wing. But it's not that bad. It was a trainer, and it's now this. So can you still see it?
No.
It's right there.
Oh, see that?
So what I'm gonna end up doing, I'll probably edit that part out. So what, is it still recording?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I end up doing is, I'm going to program some mix with the throttle, so the faster you go, then it automatically gets down trim, and then when you back off the throttle, it levels off the elevator to compensate for the lift of the wings, because it looks really good when you're going fast, low to the ground without having trying to lift up and stuff. So, still have, I'm about to go full speed in a second. Different people want, but I still have throttle. Flies pretty decent. Can you still see it? Okay, here we go. Pretty big difference, and how it maintains speed in the turns is pretty good too, compared to how it would do before. That's wide open. Not super fast, but it's not bad for using stock parts. Oh, I'm not getting video. There's some behind it. Alright, here's full speed again.
And with me not seeing it.
You can only hear the wind blowing on it. And that's with the 6.4 prop. With a 5.5, should really get a little more speed out of it, but it won't have that bottom end pull. But this plane is so little and it's a lot lighter. I'll weigh it when I get home. That little prop would do good. And as far as putting the foresail in there, I doubt it. I don't think I physically have enough room to do that. And it'll be really nose heavy then if I did that. It's not bad with the Skysurfer Bixler type platform. So I'm going to come in now and land. Oops. Let me try that again. The motor is still spinning. Oh shit, if I almost hit that. Okay, so that's it. If you guys have comments, questions, whatever, leave it in the comments. If you see a question that's posted that you like, that's the same question as yours, like their comment and I'll just go over and look at the ones with the most likes and do a video response to it and the stuff I did on it. So that's it. Hope you guys liked it.